This is Mega Radio UK, Episode 2. Coming up in this episode, I'll tell you all about how Mega Radio UK first became broadcasting out of its studios back in 2010. That's all next on the Mega Radio UK podcast. Mega Radio UK! Hello, welcome along to the show. Mega Radio came with me, Liam. You may have heard at the beginning of this show, I was going to tell you all about my journey via Mega Radio UK and how it became broadcasting out of the studios back in 2010. It does seem a long time now, but it was a very good journey. In fact, I will give you that journey in a bit. Now, it's time to tell you the journey I took to get Mega Radio UK on the air. The first thing I did was had to get the name ready to publish. Now, you would have thought this was an easy task. Believe me, it was not, because I had many names in my mind and not one of them worked as I thought it would. But now, what I did then was had a little bit of a think, and then what I did was I came up with a great name, which is here today, which is Mega Radio UK. The next journey I took was to get the servers up and running and look around for the companies to use. And I went to one or two companies and I said to them, I'm looking to set up my own internet radio station and I need dedicated servers, which I did. Now, once I'd known what company to go with, I then got in touch with the licensing, because the radio station obviously needs to be licensed to play music. Hello, it's Mega Radio UK with me, Liam. Good afternoon. If you're a new listener, I really do hope you're enjoying the show so far, and welcome along. It's great to have you on board, as they say. Now, the second journey I took to get Mega Radio UK online, as it were, was I had to apply for licensing. Licensing, I hear you say? Why licensing? To run a radio station, you need 2 sets of licenses. Now, the licenses being to play popular music, you need to have one, and to play composer music, which you'll find out in a minute what I mean by composer music. It enables me to play sort of song jingles and things like that, and they call it a blanket license. So the blanket license allows you to play composer music, and I had to apply via the correct channels to get the licensing, and the application was done successfully. Yep, otherwise Mega Radio UK would not be here today. But it is a long process. You fill the application out online, as you know, and they send the licenses through, and then you have to sign a copy and send a copy back. And I did that. Now, once the licenses were all in place, what I then did, I went back to the companies and said, look, I'm looking into the servers now. I'm ready to get the servers. Can you supply me with them? Yes, I got the servers. And at this stage, the station was not 24 hours. That took a little bit more of time to set up, which I'll go into another time. But we got the servers, and what I then did was I had to sort out the website and sorting out the listener directories. That is what I'm going to be talking about next. You're listening to the best mix of music on Mega Radio UK. Good afternoon. This is the home of the best mix of music. And like I said earlier, if you are a new listener, it's great to have you with me, and I hope you can stay with me throughout the show. This is a journey on how Mega Radio UK got started. Now, one thing we did, what I did, I had to submit my radio station to many directories. Now, what directories are internet radio places for you to have your internet radio station, because without these, you wouldn't be able to get your listeners to tune in. Now, in order to get listeners, you need to submit your radio station to the directories. Now, some of them are free and some of them are paid. Now, when I say they're paid, they start off free, but you can pay to have a listed higher in the directory. Now, that's good, but it depends on the budget you have for your station. Now, for me, I didn't do this. I've kept mine completely free, and it's okay to keep them free, but like I say, the higher up the directory your station is, the more popular it becomes. Now, the next step that I took is coming up. That'll be talking about the jingles, how I managed to submit my orders for jingles and choose the jingles for my radio station. Good afternoon, it's Liam here. This next part of the show is going to be how I chose my jingles for my radio station. Now, if you don't know what a jingle is, I will just load one up. Let's have a look and see what we got here. Here is one of my jingles.
The best mix of music, Mega Radio UK.
There we go. That is a jingle. And there are many ways to choose jingles. Now, what I would do also is I would go to a company and say, here is what I'm looking for. Now, there was many ways I did this because I couldn't get the right package for my jingles. So the easiest way for me, but it cost me quite a bit to do because I had jingles all over the place. Yeah. And when I say all over the place, what I mean is I went to each company and I just said, look, I'm looking for a package. Can you give me a package to work with? And I gave them what I wanted. And also I got some voice IDs as well, which you'll be hearing during the show. So have no fear. You'll be able to see as well what a voice ID is. Now, with the song jingles though, it does take a while, and there are companies out there that will do your jingles just like this one.
The best mix of music, Mega Radio UK.
At a budget. So whatever your budget is, don't worry, they will do it for you. Right, in fact, let me just have a look and see what we got coming up next. Right, we've talked about jingles and we talked about radio IDs and things like that. Radio directories as well. We've got the licensing, and I think the next thing we need to talk about is the website. Now, this next part of the show is going to be all about how I've set up the Mega Radio UK website. Now, what you can do, again, you can start off basic. And what I mean by basic is you could go to a company and then you could say, here's what I want. And again, you can get the website to be free, and then you can run a domain and pay for a plan if you want to, which is what I did for a little bit. And then I decided I wanted to upgrade the website plan. And what I then did was, after a time, the website got really slow and horrible. So then what I did was I asked a friend of mine to help me design a new website. And I went to the streaming company and said, look, can you supply me with a server? Which they did. So again, they're pretty cheap to suit your budget. And we worked together and managed to get the brand new website that is live today, and it's up and running. Managed to get it up and running. And also, what you can do is, if you're talented enough, you can build your own website. Just go to a company and they'll help you with server costs like that. Now, one thing I did come across, and it's most important to bear in mind, is you need a logo to go with that website. Now, some of the logos and templates I had, right, did not really fit. Now, some of them were pretty pixelated, and some of them, you know, did fit, but others, you know, didn't work. But anyway, if you want to carry this conversation on, why don't you tweet at Mega Radio UK on Twitter? I like the power of Twitter today. Yep. And we can talk right now. So that is almost it for the journey into the Mega Radio UK radio station. how it began. One more thing I would like to add is how you can get your own app. And that is coming up. And I'm coming up to the end of the show right now. And the final part I would like to talk about is the app. Now, yes, I didn't realize this until I found that the company that I did go with one of my servers, because the station is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, supplies apps for the radio station. So I said to myself, why not get a radio station app? So I went to the company and I said, can you please give me an idea on what an app would look like? And they said, yep. But the process, again, wasn't easy because the app had a lot of development needed to it. Yes. And when I say a lot, it takes a while to build an app. Now, first of all, I then had the Android app. Yep. Now, the Android app is live today, and you can go and have a look at the app at megaradiouk.com under Get Our App, and there's a video there to help you to install it. And once the app was created, it gave me an opportunity to get more listeners and traffic to my radio station. So once that was done, I tried to get the iPhone app online as well. Now, this one was a little bit more difficult because of the way it was built, but there were different procedures I needed to go through to get the app live. Yes, it took about a year or so before it went live. So that didn't really bother me, but once it was live, it in fact came on the scene at the back end of last year, the 25th of November to be precise. So that, yeah, you can imagine how long it took. Now, the development was okay, but it's just the way the procedures had to be done. So that is all I've got to say on the subject of Mega Radio UK. And you can download both of the apps for iPhone and Android from megaradiouk.com, and check out some of the videos as well, because it will help you install the app if you want to. Right, and that's all I've got time for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been great having your company. Why don't you head over to megaradiouk.com and leave me a comment on the website, or facebook.com/megaradiouk.
Mega Radio UK.
This is Mega Radio UK, episode 1. Coming up on tonight's show, I'll be asking you what is a top of the hour and how can it be used. You can find out more in around about 5 minutes time here on the Mega Radio UK podcast.
Mega Radio UK.
Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK, with me, Liam. A very good evening and welcome along to the show. You may have heard me announce at the beginning with the top of the hour there. What is a top of the hour? That is the question I am asking you this evening. What do you think a top of the hour is used for? So, what I plan to do is take you through some of my ideas, and then I'll get your feedback as to what you think one is, because there are 3 types of top of the hour, and you'll probably hear coming over the airwaves tonight. You'll probably hear a lot of different versions of top of hours, but for now, let's get back to the music. So I've been asking you, what is a top of the hour? Now, the easiest way for me to put it is there are 3 types of top of hour, okay? You've got a top of the hour with a jingle that is sung and music bed and then sung. And then there is another couple of types, which I'll take you through. And in fact, what I'll do is I will play some of these, well, one of these types of top of the hour, because I think it'd be a great idea to do this so you get the idea. But I also would like to get your feedback as to what you think a top of the hour is, because it's a challenge for me just to explain what it is. And sometimes it's not that easy, but I think I can do this. But in the meantime, let's get back to more music.
MegaRadioUK.com.
The sounds of your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK, with me, Liam. And I have been asking you, what is a top of the hour? And the best way I can describe it to you is if you think of a round donut, sugary donut. I'm not keen on them, but that's beside the point. Anyway, yeah, so if you think of a donut, you've got music part, you've got the sung part. For example, your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK, and then you've got the hole in the middle for when the presenter tells you what's going on the show, and then you're back to the singing. I'll tell you what would be a good idea is if I could show you an example of the top of hour. I've got a couple through the show, so I will show you different versions of the same, well, different versions of a top of hour. So here is one version.
Mega Radio UK. Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
And there are 2 more versions, which I'll show you. If I can show you another version, I will probably will, but it depends if I've got time. But there are 2 more versions available, and just for you, my listener, I've got a brand new cut I would really like to play to you tonight. So please do stay tuned You're listening to Mega Radio UK with me, Liam. A very good evening to you, and this is your Mega Hit Station. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And you've just been listening to Morning Runner and Gone Up in Flames. I've been talking to you all about top of hours this evening, and I've been trying to explain what they are and how they can be used. Well, I've got a brand new cut. Well, two brand new cuts I'd like to play to you. A long version and a short version of the same thing. What I'll do is I'll play a couple of tracks and then I will play them to you. But for now, let's get back to the music.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. This is your Mega Hit Station.
Hit music!
Mega Radio UK.
I am talking about top of the hour jingles, and I showed you earlier, and I'll show you again if you want me to. Top of the hour I used at the start of my show. Okay, so just for a reminder, and I'm hoping this. Oh no, it's not that one. I'm hoping I can get one quite quickly, and let me see if I can grab one, because I'd really like to play some more top of the hour jingles for you this evening. And I also would like to get your feedback as to what you think a top of the hour jingle is. Okay? That's what I would like to know this evening. You can get in contact at Twitter, at Mega Radio UK, and tell me what you think a top of the hour is. Here's a sample of one that I'll be using at the end of my show tonight. So here we go.
Your Mega Hit Station. Mega Radio UK. Your Mega Hit Station, Mega Radio UK.
Okay, that's just an example of what that one sounds like. And to me, that is really, really good. And there are two more types of top of the hour. Now, you could have a music montage sort of top of the hour, where there are 3 or 4 pop tunes with a voiceover over the top. Or, even better, you could have one like this. I'm going to play it again.
Your Mega Hit Station, Mega Radio UK. Your Mega Hit Station, Mega Radio UK.
With a voiceover saying your Mega Hit Station, or whatever your station slogan is, then singing, coming in with the station name. So that are different types of top of the hour. And I've got more music now. This is the Boomtown Rats. I Don't Like Mondays.
Here's 30 minutes of mega hits on your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
I've been talking to you all night about Top of the Hours. Are you ready for this? I have promised I will play the Top of the Hours. And do you know what? I'm just about to deliver the goods. Oh. Now I'm going to play two versions because I think it's good to. Now, if you wanted me to, I could play 3, but it's up to you. Here is a really short version.
Mega Radio UK.
Wow, that was short. So, here is, hopefully, let's see if I can do this. Okay? No, we don't want that one, because I think I've just played that one. Here's another version. Let's have a look. Is it this one? Let's have a look.
Mega Radio UK.
And that is how that one works for a station ID. And I think I can squeeze in one more.
Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
It has been one brilliant show this evening. I've really enjoyed myself, and I hope you have too. And please do stay tuned to Mega Radio UK, because there's a lot more music still to come. In fact, what I'm going to do, just because I can, I'm going to play my favourite Top of the Hour just for you. So here we go. I will see you on the other side.
Mega Radio UK. Mega Radio UK.
Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. It's been absolutely fantastic talking to you about Top of the Hours and how they can be used on the air. It's been a great show. Well, I think it has anyway. I will see you next time. Bye for now.
Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
10 years ago today, a station was created. The station name is Mega Radio UK. We were famous for the best mix of music, and now we're famous for your mega hit station. Stand by as we celebrate the launch of the station in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the 10th year of Mega Radio UK.
Whoa, yeah. Back in 2010, a station launched. The station name is Mega Radio UK. We were famous for the best mix of music, and now we're famous for your mega hit station. The station is on air 24/7 online. It's the place to be. You will never have to pay a fee. Mega Radio UK.
A very good evening. This is Mega Radio UK, and welcome along to a very, very special show. Now, the reason I have played the song at the beginning of the station of the show is because it's the 10th anniversary of Mega Radio UK, and that is what we're celebrating together this year. And coming up, I've got some memories I'd like to share with you. These are not audio recordings. It'll just be me telling you what has happened over the years. But I also would like to give you my personal experience of setting up Mega Radio UK and what it was like, really, of having that experience from getting the actual licenses to getting the website online to getting the servers and much, much more. So stay with me for that. Right, a very good evening. This is Mega Radio UK 10th year on air. And where did it all start for me? Well, I had this crazy idea that I wanted to set up a radio station, and obviously to get on a commercial radio station is really, really tricky, and the route that they give you is a very clever route. You are supposed to take a they say the best way to go is to work your way up the ladder, meaning go to the hospital radio first and build up your confidence, and then once you got your confidence, start applying for like jobs at radio station. Now, in most cases, most cases now, that I don't think that happens as much, because I think internet radio has taken over. Now, the best way round it is, if you want to get on the air, record yourself doing shows and think of a radio station, and basically a bit like me. Each year I do a demo, although having said that, I've not done this one this year as yet. But the way to do it is record first to build your confidence, and then, and only then, start sending round the demo to different stations. But one piece of advice that was given to me, and it's a very valuable piece of advice: let the music do the talking. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously, play music and less talk. But in some cases, you can do both. So, how did it all happen with Mega Radio UK? The first route I took was, obviously, to have a radio station, you need licenses. 2 sets of licenses are required. One for the music, such as PPL's copyright, and the other is to do with the blanket license, which is your PRS. That covers just about everything from music writers and composers. So You know the song jingles I play? That's covered under that license. And the other thing you will need if you want to be successful in radio is a website, servers if it's online, and I will give you more of that in a bit, but for now, let's party on. And if you do like this show, please do let me know on the Mega Radio UK Facebook page. I'll be truly grateful, and I'll see what I can do about getting a song on the air. What a tune! Absolutely awesome tune. Living on My Own. In some ways, that is actually true, because I have been flying solo on for the last 10 years. So I've been telling you about my experience of how I set up Mega Radio UK, and I gave you 2 bits of information, and they were that you need 2 sets of licenses, and that the reason you needed those was one for copyright artist music, and the other was for composer music. Now, they call that blanket licensing. So, in order to make the station live across the world, you need broadcast servers. Where do you get them, I hear you ask? Well, there are many companies out there, very good companies, that deal with this sort of thing. And at the time, the station wasn't 24 hours a day. So I used to go and I bought the server with one company. I then obviously looked at another company because I needed backup servers just in case the main stream went down. So obviously I had to shop around for them to find the cheapest price and that. And I did end up at the time using 2 companies. That's 2 separate companies. Why, I hear you ask? Well, I, at the time, thought it was the best thing to do. So I got them online and I started broadcasting, and I thought to myself, well, I need a website. Where can I get a website from? So the same company that obviously supplied the servers, broadcast servers, did website servers as well. At the time, I was using the free websites, which in the end became very, very slow and horrible. Because the more stuff you put on a website, the slower it becomes. Admittedly, I did need help to rebuild the site. But now, I've got the confidence to do that myself. And I built the website through this free website builder, and the website was online. The only thing was, as I say, it became slow. And a lot of the themes that I had on the website were, you had to have a brand logo, and trust me, they are not easy to find. So I managed to find and create some free ones, but then I had this bright idea of using the Creative Cloud system, Photoshop. As you'll see on the page, at Mega Radio UK's page, you'll see quite different variations of logos, and you'll see how the logos have changed over time. So once the website was built, I was able to put my content on there, and then it was time for an upgrade. I'll tell you the tools I used after some more music. Keep it locked, and welcome along to the birthday show. Oh, what a tune to play on the birthday show. This is Mega Radio UK 10 years of, or should I say, 10 years of Mega Radio UK. However you want to say it, that's exactly what it is. So, what tools did I use to create the new website for Mega Radio UK? Well, I used a program or a script called WordPress. And yes, it's good in some ways, but you do have to be careful. It needs constantly updating. Why does it need updating all the time? Well, it needs updating because of basically hackers. And yes, it has happened to me. It has happened to me more on one or more, that's better, occasions. I had to get a new server. Did it cost me anything? No, because of the fact that it had been hacked. They did this free of charge. Once the website had been built, I could then put all of my content on there. The question I hear you ask again, well, how do you get listeners? Well, the listeners come from directories. Where do I find those directories? You'll find these if you type into a search engine internet radio directories, and there is a list of them, and some of them are free of charge, but some of them you will have to pay to have a higher ranking in their directory and grab more listeners. Yeah, I know. This is something I didn't actually do because I didn't feel it was appropriate. So if you do want to request, all I need you to do is go to the Facebook page right now and let me know what you want to hear.
Mega Radio UK.
There we go. That is a song jingle. Now, with these, there are many companies out there that will do your song jingles, but again, if you are on a budget, then I would advise to stick with the lower end of the spectrum of jingle companies. Two companies, well, three of the companies that I've used in the past have been pretty good, and the jingle that you just heard has come from Audio Suites, and I have been working on many packages with Audio Suites, and I have to say their audio is absolutely fantastic. And the other one I've used in the past is a company called Music Radio Creative. Again, they're pretty good. I do like them, and I've actually been quite a long time customer of theirs, and that is where I get my demos that I told you about at the beginning of the show. That is where I get them produced. Now, I've got a big thank you to a voiceover guy who delivered me some audio yesterday, and I tell you something, the quality of the audio was absolutely fantastic. I've worked with him for 10 years on projects. That's a long time. And I tell you something, I thanked him for all his voiceovers, and I tell you something, he actually said thank you for all the hard work and all the work I had given him over the 10 years. So I'm actually getting close to the end of the story of Mega Radio UK. There's just one more thing I'd like to tell you about, and I'll tell you after the next track. So stand by, and I'll get one on for you in a couple of seconds. Right. Yeah, I know. It's a long night. So here we go.
Mega Radio UK.
I think I'm still waiting for that star to fall. Although, having said that, I think it's already fallen on me. Because, really, if you think about it, I am the star of the show. I just thought I'd throw that one in for a little gag. So, what I wanted to let you know was a couple of years down the line was I found out that one of the companies offered app design. So I thought I'd go and ask them for an app. Pretty simple. Yes, you can have the app, but the thing was, it took me several attempts to get it into the stores. Why did it take me so long? Well, in a way, it was the development side of things. It took a little bit longer than usual to build, because as I've learned over the years, an app is coded. Now, there are certain requirements you need to meet to actually be on the stores, and one of those requirements that springs to mind is the fact that when you create your app images, they need to be a certain size, and they need to be on a background that, certainly with one of the companies, the iOS ones, needs to be on a transparent background. And when I built the apps, the company had these, what they call templates, that you had to get into, put your image on. Now, was that easy to get in designed? No. Because every time I tried to submit it to the store, and they would reject it. And I'm like, okay, why are they rejecting it? And then I looked. The reason they rejected the apps was the app's icon and splash screen / background down to size properly. So further down the line, I managed to get this all sorted. Now, again, you've got to make sure you've got a developer platform membership. For iOS, it's a yearly fee, and for Android, it's a one-time fee. And I've got these, and finally, I think it was 2015 I managed to do this. Finally, I managed to get my first ever app in the store. And I tell you something, till that day, I think I built on my confidence with building apps. Not just that, though, I kind of fell into certain traps. Sometimes I still do, but it's all a learning experience at the end of the day. And one more thing I want to talk about, and I haven't talked about much, I don't think I've talked about it at all, is how is my voice getting through to you right now? I will tell you in just a couple of seconds. Keep it locked for more music. Oh, and one more thing. I think this show has actually flown by. Here's Blue and Flyby. Blue and Flyby on the Mega Radio UK 10th birthday. And one more thing I wanted to tell you is that I've been using a very good piece of broadcasting software. Now, it's called OtsAV DJ. Well, they changed the name from OtsDuke, and they changed it to OtsAV because there was many versions brought out by them. There was the party version, the DJ version, the TV version, and the radio version. And I'm actually using the DJ version of AV, and it's been a good program to use. Over the years, it has had its issues, but I've overcome them now, and I'm still using it till this day. So I also use Shoutcast because I got a Shoutcast server, but you can use IceCast. In fact, if you've got an internet connection, you can use Winamp. But if you've got a digital audio workstation, it's even better. One more song from me, and then I'll say goodbye. Here is Omi and Cheerleader. I think I'm going to play this because I'm giving myself a cheer. I'll tell you something, it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for listening this evening and spending the last 10 years with me. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I couldn't finish the show. I know I started the show with it, but I cannot resist finishing with a good old sing-song. And I did have the track. Let me find it. Here we go. This is the track I was looking for. And oh, wow. Yes, what a show it's been. I'll tell you something. Oh, we don't want to do that. Here we go.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. Back in 2010, a station launched. The station name is Mega Radio UK. We were famous for the best mix of music, and now we're famous for your mega hit station. The station is on air 24/7 online and on the go, entertaining you with fun and laughter in a live show. You'll never want to go. Mega Radio UK is the place to be. You will never have to pay a fee. Mega Radio UK.
Wow, what a tune. And having said that, I wrote that myself. Yes, I did. In fact, it's a great track, and it really does give you the feel of the station. And one more thing, before I disappear, is I'm going to play our top of the hour once I have found it. Here we go. I have found it.
Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
Okay, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been absolutely fantastic having your company this evening. I'll tell you something, I would love to do it again very soon. Please do leave a review on the page at Mega Radio UK and let me know what you thought of the celebrations. And as I say, thank you very much for joining me. Remember to download the app.
Your mega hit station, Mega Radio UK.
For Mega Radio UK. Bye for now.